Welcome, everyone, to session 40 of the Coal of the Netherdeep. I am your host, Sheed Kaltor, getting you ready for the upcoming Battle of the Dragons. But that's still a couple days away.
That was so rude.
He's
was
just
so
practicing.
Building
I was
us
like,
up.
oh, this is great. I was like, ooh, and I was like, oh, he faked me out. Shit.
Got one full day to get through, and then the fated day for Bernard Kuhn approaches.
2 days to convince Ty to play.
But last time, you all finished up reporting your findings to Prolix at the Crystal Chateau. Got paid, snooped just a little bit. Got another message from the consortium about a job offer through Thorn to prevent a casino heist, which we kind of glided through very quickly. But more importantly, the job was presented to Thorn by Ty, who seems entirely disinterested and definitely not afraid of fighting Ben.
Liar, he's a coward.
Which
I was gonna say, he
Thorn-
sounds very afraid of fighting Ben because he won't fight Ben.
I just love
he
how
has
everybody jumped on
better
that.
things to do. But Thorn egged him on a bit, and we will soon see how that goes. Pull up the calendar here. That was the last thing I needed. We concluded getting back to the Foolish Serpent after stopping the casino heist at the Lux Run. We are at the evening, late evening of the 4th of Grisson. The Battle of the Dragons is scheduled for the 6th. Sorry, not the 4th of Grisson. Grisson, the 4th of Quenpilar. Matin is made up months and days of the week. But yes, the 6th of Quenpilar is the scheduled date for the Battle of the Dragons. But there is, as I said, one more day before that. Is there any last minute things? We've done a lot of RP. Any last minute things anybody wishes to do on the 4th?
I'm good.
Nope.
Alrighty. So, you all go to bed, finish whatever activities you were doing. We come to the 5th, the Tuesday equivalent. The day is yours. Is there anything particular anyone would like to get done today?
Getting up, getting breakfast.
I know
Getting
there's
second breakfast.
pretty much. I've had one, yes. I'm so happy that Billy Boyd is in the new season of Vox Machina.
I know.
Did
Let's see.
Ix and Arno actually pay for another room? Or is
Sure
that something
did.
you just joked about in RP?
Oh,
Nope,
no,
it
you
actually
did.
happened.
Okay.
You guys went straight from the tavern to this other bedroom and none the wiser. I love it.
Since the
Yep.
other 3 bedrooms would have been awkward to go to.
Yep.
Who's got a 4th bedroom for a night?
And then Ix fell asleep.
A back rub was killer, dude.
Cause these
He goes every time. God damn it. You know what? No more back rubs. We do the thing first and then back rubs. I don't trust you anymore. It's happened too many times.
It's like there is an order of operations to this now.
But yeah, no, we'd both be leaving that same room that morning.
Alright.
That's fun. Who's up first? That's a good question.
Not Ix.
Or Arno.
Probably
Is-
Ben?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Today's the day of the fight, right? Or is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow. You have one more day.
All right, Ben will be up first tomorrow.
Okay.
So Thorn or Lucas needs to wake up first, I guess.
Rolling for it. Just kidding.
Rollies.
That's fun.
Well,
Roll for wakefulness.
whoever gets up first, you'll eventually make your way down, get some breakfast, get some second breakfast. Ben, in particular, since you have one day, if there's any kind of preparations or anything you want to do to psych yourself up, is there anything you would like to get accomplished today? I know Ben has like little quick projects he could do, but I don't know if he's necessarily in the mood for those. But
I mean, I could work on another potion, but
like, do you want to take your mind off of it, or do you want to hype yourself up?
Ben's gonna eat.
Ben, what are you eating? Nervous eating? Excited eating?
That-
Ready
that-
eating?
That could be either of those options.
In a shocking twist, Ben has decided to eat.
He could be eating to take his mind off of it. He could be eating to carbo load and prepare for the next day.
Oh, hold on, Tony froze.
Oh no, Tony, come back! No!
Yeah, the rest of us can hear you, but your face froze on like a really cute smile.
Come back!
I was wondering when he was talking, I was like, how come I can't hear him? Maybe he's talking to me. And I look over and he looks at me, he's like, you're frozen. I'm like, no, I'm not. You are. He's trying to figure out.
It is only you. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I don't believe there were very many, if any, dangling threads around the city that needed to be addressed.
Oh, well, that's good.
And also move that forward a day.
He loaded up Discord, but it's not loading any of us.
Oh,
He's gonna
Awesome.
restart his computer.
well, that's going to be important later.
But yeah, he's restarting his computer.
Yes.
Okay, we'll wait 1 second. When you typo, and then you fix a typo, and you make the typo worse, and then you fix the typo, and you typo again a different way than the first time. and then-
Is it that early for you still?
no!
Oh my gosh.
me trying to correct a message I sent on my phone.
The fingers are flying.
It's like my correction will have a different typo on it.
My worst offender is my whole sentence will be perfectly fine, and then I will go to hit enter, and a finger will hit a key, and then now I have to edit it to get rid of whatever that final character is.
Get a slash in there after the period.
Oh, it's
That's just your
terrible.
signature from now on. Every time you
No,
type, you
it's
just have to
gotta
have.
go. It's a different key every time too. I just know.
Oh no.
I just need to go in and figure out where on my phone I can delete remembered words that aren't real words. It's like, no, I made a typo one time. Stop reminding me.
All right, I can see motion. Can you guys hear me?
We
Yep.
can.
We can.
You are buffering. Oh, there you are. Hello.
He's
All right.
back, and his face is moving.
All right. Getting back into things. All right, we're all good. Okay. So Ben's first up. He's eating breakfast. Lucas and Thorn are next up. They both leave Thorn's room together in the morning.
Yeah.
And then Ix and Arno are up last.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat all of that?
No.
What did you just say?
Lucas
You're
and
sleeping.
Thorn leave Thorn's room together in the morning.
Basically, what she said is that there was a bedroom available and you didn't have to get a fourth one.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I spent money. You guys do whatever the fuck you want, but I spent money.
You did not.
I think Arno spent money on
Oh,
this.
Arno spent money. No, you're right. My bad. All right, I take it back.
I'm not mad anymore.
Excuse you.
Well, first of all, Ix is pleasantly comfortable right now. Second of all, she doesn't see you guys leave the same room, so that is devastating.
That's what you get for waking up last.
No, what I get is far better. It's fine.
Oh, you got 2 things for waking up last.
Yes.
One of them was an opportunity cost.
That's fine. No opportunity attack. It's okay.
That's a way to put it. All right. So, I am most curious about Ben. Do you intend to just kind of stay at the Foolish Serpent? Are you going to hang around the Temple of the Mentor? Take a walk to clear your head? Go see if you can spot Ty in the bazaar?
Ben is gonna go to the Cobalt Soul today and do a training montage.
I love it.
I'll make a man out of you. Sorry. It's the only training montage I ever have in my head. I'm really sorry, guys.
Gonna make a bear out of you. To defeat the cat. All right. Yeah, Ben would not be training to Eye of the Tiger for this fight. That is right out.
No.
He's doing the Rocky montage. It's fine.
Okay. So yes, Ben spending time with the Cobalt Soul at the Temple of the Mentor. Have you told anybody at the Cobalt Soul about your upcoming match, Ben? The question or the
Probably at some point it came up during verbal spew from Ben. That wouldn't surprise me. So we'll say yes. I think Ben would have, especially like question. He's formed at least some relationship with her. He probably would have told her.
Gotcha. Let's see. It has been so long since I've looked at this guy's name. What is your name? Ewo. Expositor Ewo. While you are at the Temple of the Mentor, your orcish expositor friend will find you there. Ask you about that. That's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Have you been engaging in any training, or have you just been taking care of business on your adventures?
Well, not training specifically, but I have had to fight a few things, so that kind of counts. Skills are sharp, but I'm actually here today for training.
Well then, it might be a little too soon before the event to master anything, but if you are interested, I believe we could try to teach you some techniques you might not have encountered in Wildmount.
Wait, was this always an option for me?
I suppose so. Technically, in hindsight, yes, but your DM thought of it last night. So
I'm just playing along. Ben's gonna just look a little like hurt, but not like really sad. He's like, "Ah, I would have done this instead of punching that ghost." Oh,
you punched a ghost?
no, we chased her. She's over here, and he's gonna wave to the girl as she walks by.
Shira notices Ben like,
If she's around.
she walks by at that very moment.
Yeah, I will absolutely accept extra training. Anytime, any place.
All right. How about now?
That qualifies. Yes, let's do it.
All right. Ewo takes you to like an open training area out in like a courtyard. Goes through some warm ups with you, some calisthenics, get the blood flowing. Let's see. Oh, I pre-planned none of this, but I did want to do it. He spars with you a little bit. We don't necessarily have to play that out since partly because I don't have stats for him, partly because we have a different match coming up later that's a little more important to spend time on.
So good.
Let's see. Just to see how Ben is doing the day before. Go ahead and give me 3 attack rolls, just with whatever Ben would be doing.
Oh, hold on. He froze again.
Oh, can he hear me?
No, he can't hear anybody either.
Oh no. Oh, while he's restarting his computer, tell him to roll 3 attack rolls.
Hold, please.
Drink more coffee while I hold.
I'm not sure what's happening, but Discord is being extra special because nothing else is freezing. Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
It's being a booty.
Too late for that.
Welcome back.
I'll keep it off next time. If it freezes again, we'll see what happens.
All right.
Heather said something about rolling attack rolls.
Yes, go ahead. Roll 3 attack rolls. Just want to see like what kind of shape Ben is in the day before his scheduled match.
Do I add anything to it or just the d20?
Just whatever you roll for Steve or an unarmed attack.
All right, the first one then is 19.
Okay.
Second one is 15.
Okay.
The third one is 19.
Okay. You trade a few blows with the expositor. You land what feel like definitely some solid hits. He's either going easy on you or just like toying with you to get a feel. But he holds up a hand after a very, very quick exchange. Says, "You certainly have been keeping up on the road. I'm impressed. Some of our own monks could stand a spar with you every now and then, perhaps. Keep them in shape."
Ben will bow and say thank you, and he's secretly beaming while he bows.
Let's see. Now then, Expositor Tink, how do you pronounce the name of your father figure, Ben?
Eldun Pingairos, I think is how I pronounced it. It's been a while since
Pingairos.
I've had to say that.
Okay.
Just Master Ping.
Master Ping. He wants to say the name properly, so has Master Pingairos taught you any special holds?
He taught me a bear hug. Does that count?
That does sound fitting for you. Yeah, try to avoid this if you can. He rushes towards you, reaches out to grab you. I'm going to need you to make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh my god, guys, it's a 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
I am so glad I have modifiers because my last 4 rolls that you had me do were all under 10. It's a 16 total though.
16. All right. That is a meets beats. I think that means you avoid it. He has 2 attacks, so he's going to try one more time.
Another acrobatics check.
Yes.
That one's a 10 total. I rolled a 2.
He got a natural 18 on that, so I don't have to worry about making up modifiers. So he reaches for you with his right hand, but you're able to sidestep out of the way. But you sidestep into where he was reaching with his other hand. He grabs one of your fingers very quickly and extends his pinky. It's like, so you don't know this hold then?
No, this one's new.
Heather knows what this hold is. See if you can follow what I do. And he flexes his pinky. Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad. I thankfully rolled a 15, so it's a 17 total.
17. Okay. You resist it. You can feel your physical form being pushed away from the material realm just briefly. It's a very odd sensation. You feel like if he hadn't warned you that he was about to do something, it might have gone very differently for you. But no, you can definitely feel like an invisible force pushing against you, trying to remove you from this plane. But you hold there. He is still holding onto your finger with a mildly impressed look on his face.
Ben's just gonna be like, that was awesome.
That is the technique that is passed down in the temple, known as the Wuxi finger hold. If you practice here enough, you might be able to perform it yourself. Unfortunately, could not get a full demonstration of what it does, but I think you felt it nonetheless. For the record, it was a melee ranged banishment attempt.
Wow. No, that's Ben's gonna just be thinking about that all day. It's like, I guess I've got something new to master.
Have to live up to the name of the Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, obviously.
Can you imagine if you'd failed that save and just all of a sudden Ben's in the fucking astral plane?
Like, I didn't think it was nap time. All right.
Ben rapid fire describing what he thinks he saw.
We all just think he got high at the Cobalt Soul.
Like, we see what you do when we're not around now.
So much makes more sense.
You were training your ki powers, right?
Oh yes.
Unlocking chakras.
So yes, you can spend however much of the day you wish to training with the Cobalt Soul. While Ben is at the temple, is there anything else anybody wishes to do during the day?
Lucas has a date with a spa.
Yes.
I've been
Very
reminded.
Very, very important.
Yep.
Is
Ix
anybody
would go
going
to
with
the
Lucas?
Temple of no, he can have fun doing that. Ix will go to the Temple of Sehanin.
Okay. Spend some time there. Arno and Thorn, anything in particular? Or just kind of killing time?
Killing time, I guess, because
Yeah.
I've done all my research. I don't really have anything else to do.
The armor is complete, of course.
Yeah.
And Lucas did not invite anyone to the spa with him because this will be a surprise. Not a
This
surprise.
is-
Everyone knows it's coming, but the reveal.
Arno
You've
and
never seen
Thorn
him.
are just hanging
gotta
out
make it so.
together.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we don't do often.
No, it's true. Well, now they've had the nice moments, so yeah, they'll hang out.
Some pairings and trios are more common than others in this group. All right then. So, Lucas, you
Yeah.
make your way to the Steam Garden in the River District. Going full pamper session or just the important stuff?
He's gonna spend a little bit of time soaking because it's fun because I don't get to do that often. But he's here with a mission, and
enough.
mission number 1 is hair, which he knows they can do because Ixis told him this. Mission number 2 is just asking, for the heck of it, how they if they have anything about beard growth.
Let's see. Gain one thing not about beard growth. Checking.
No. I choose to believe that you're like, let's see, as if you've already written it down somewhere that there's a possibility. Like, I'm gonna believe that.
Did they include that in the Gazetteer?
I mean, no, he just needs someone with like some little like magic to accelerate beard growth. I feel like since there's magic items for it, someone somewhere knows how to do this.
Just use like a greater restoration, but just on your face.
Right here, just right here.
You just like slap it on your face like cologne, just like aftershave. You just slap your face with it and it just grows.
Well,
if we even
for
get
the
there.
record, if you're doing a little bit of relaxing, a little bit of soaking, and then also having the hair done, that'll probably take a couple hours. That'll be 10 gold total.
I can handle that. 10 gold.
So, in whichever order you want to do that, in relaxing and soaking first, or after
Yep.
The deed is accomplished. But you go to the hair specialists that Ix had told you about. They inform you that yes, they can very, very easily and with no trouble revert your hair to its original color. They do have a method of growing beards. It is not very exact, so they would have to grow you a full beard and then trim it down to whatever you wanted.
That's fine. He's used to shaving.
So you all will get to miss out on
Full beard, Lucas.
full thick beard Lucas.
Yeah, I'm coming to terms with that.
Okay.
Absolutely ridiculous. Damn it. Twice Ixis has lost today, and she's just not even aware. God, this hurts.
Not that I'm putting sketch ideas in our artist's head or anything.
I'm just imagining, like, the big beard Grog gets. Like,
I've got a beard. That scene was delightful. Apparently they did one take for his delighted squeal, and they're like, "What the heck was that noise? We're using that."
Good job,
I
Travis.
think that was a hole in one.
Yep.
But yeah, so you're reclined back in their little salon chair. They apply whatever tonics they have to your scalp. Show you a mirror afterward, and you see a very refreshing sight. Still clean shaven at this point, but you see the vibrant red hair that you are used to from most of your life, aside from
Just
the last
like-
couple weeks.
It relaxes a bit. Like,
Like all the tension leaves his shoulders. Didn't even need a massage this time. They do once you are satisfied with that, they do apply a belt to you, explaining what they're going to do. They have to give it a little bit of time, but you do grow somewhat rapidly when it does kick in. A very thick beard that any dwarf would be proud of. They remove the belt, ask you how far down you would like it trimmed. So
all the way back up. Just
we assumed something to that level. So
that was really great. Now take it back.
they bring out the shears to get most of it off. and then work their way down to the smaller face razors to trim it down, get the sides nice and smooth. They got a steam towel for your face, get your pores nice and clear. Just full relaxation while you're getting your hair done and getting your beard fixed up. But by the time they are done, Lucas is down to his proper little goatee that he prefers.
Yeah. Took a long time to cultivate this look. Bringing
the
it back.
red that it should be.
Yep.
And you leave the steam garden afterward feeling refreshed in more ways than one.
Feel like myself again.
Physically and mentally refreshed.
Feels good.
You know, it's really funny to think about the fact that, like, for a good chunk of this campaign, Lucas has been brunette with no beard, but all of the art ignores that.
Because it's just a time in his life that we don't need to memorialize.
We
Like,
don't need to keep that trauma. That trauma is just better left. to the
listen,
side.
in everybody's eyes, in every occasion, he might be brunette, but they're imagining him red. Like,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yep.
All right. Ix, is there anything particular you wanted to do at the temple, or are you just taking the time to take the time?
No, she'll actually be researching prime deities and any kind of semblance of information on pact transference, and of course, trying to commune with Sehanine on if she is willing to help in this endeavor, despite the fact that Ix has asked a lot of her to begin with. So if she does not respond, Ix isn't going to be disappointed. She'll understand at this point, but she will still try. And she'll also employ any help of anyone, any of the acolytes inside the temple, if they know of any information on it. If they ask her the reason why she's looking into it, she just wants to better understand her pact with Sehanine, and she'll share the brief story of how she had a previous patron and how Sehanine took her to make it better, so that way she doesn't have to reveal the true meaning why she's trying to do it all.
Yeah, since your relationship with her is not the normal one of god and cleric,
Exactly.
little more direct connection in some ways. Okay, go ahead. Give me an investigation and/or religion check.
That'd be investigation. For a 17.
17. Okay. Just because. Also, give me a religion check.
No.
One
13.
One does not cancel the other out. So 17 and 13. Okay. You do find some information within the temple discussing Sehanine's relationship with her followers and expectations and all that stuff. Not as many examples of warlock pacts. That's not as common for the prime deities to engage in. But you do find some information on worshippers coming from other faiths, and just about how Sehanine is very accepting, depending on the person. You find
Is
it.
there... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Granted, your sources in this temple might be a little biased, but the impression you get is that generally it goes well for people switching to Sehanine from other less savory deities, if she accepts them or has been seeking them.
Is there anything explaining what that petition might look like?
You get the impression you have to have caught a deity's interest somehow, especially if you're like trying to make a pact with a prime deity, or heaven forbid a betrayer god.
Makes sense.
If you've caught their interest, it's much easier to form a pact. If you're just trying to make a cold call to one of the original gods, that's going to have a little harder time getting through in the way you want it to. You spend some time meditating, trying to connect with Sehanine as well as looking through the books. You don't get words. There's not a conversation that you have with her. You do get the sense that she is keeping an eye on you and watching that things will go well in your endeavors.
Oh, that's nice. That's comforting. All right. Yeah. After that, pretty much, I wouldn't say it would be a full day, but if it takes all day, that's what she'll do. Before she leaves, she just feels like this type of thing would be right. She would take a single sheet of paper, just write in Sylvan the
Mhm.
word for thanks and protection, and then just burn it in a nearby fireplace
Okay.
as like
Offer up
her
a
own
prayer.
prayer. And then she'll go.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. Unless there are last minute things for the evening, do we want to go ahead and wrap up this day?
So the only thing I want to do,
Oh,
just to make it come full circle, because I think it'll be fun. So, look, Arno and Thorn are at the tavern, right? Or did you like? I don't know what you two went off and did, or just if you're
They
there.
were probably hanging out there.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna do all this for flavor because I think it's funny, but feel free to tell me if my mental image is incorrect.
go ahead.
But Thorn and Arno are hanging out in the tavern, and I'd like to imagine for this particular scenario that Arno's facing the door and Thorn is not. And I want Lucas just comes on in into the tavern, and he's coming pretty quietly because he's got his mithril armor and everything, but he comes in like quiet but like super confident and cocky as shit. Makes eye contact with Arno and just gives him a little smile and like a little like shh. And then he comes up behind Thorn and taps him on the shoulder and just goes, "Hey."
Thorn is gonna turn and look up and be like a little surprised that he's a redhead again, and be like, "Well, you weren't joking. You are irresistible this way."
Lucas just smiles and runs his fingers through his hair. Like, it feels good to be back.
Arno just chuckles. He's like, "Oh, you're going to be a menace for at least a couple of days."
It's okay. It's a burden that
Please.
someone has to bear, and I'm fine with it being me.
Wow, in true Lucas fashion, I'm fine with it. Like the way you said it was delivered perfectly.
Menace for a couple of days is such a lowball.
Yeah, you know. He knows.
We can't go out. We can't leave this inn. You don't understand. Ankarel is not ready for Lucas.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just.
There's already one blazing star in the sky beating down upon this city. Delightful, delightful.
Also, can I roll an insight check to see Thorn's reaction to the whole irresistible thing?
You
Go for it.
absolutely can.
For the record,
Please.
he's
Please.
It's okay.
Just nosy. It's okay. He's a meddlesome boy. He just wants to know.
I love just nosy. I like that. He's just nosy. He just wants to know. I just like.
He's just a
I only
nosy
rolled an 8, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm assuming.
18.
Well, it's definitely an inside joke going on there. You don't know when that happened, but it happened at some point, presumably.
Yep.
And there's hardcore flirting vibes. Familiar flirting at that.
familiar flirting vibes.
Hold up a second. I'm gonna have to go back through all these session notes for the last 3 fucking sessions.
I don't want to say
Now-
familiar to you, but like there's a familiarity between them.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
This just pulls up a chair, plops down between them, lounges.
Right.
It's not the initiation.
Arno
of the
just
flirting.
looks between them with a raised eyebrow, but just has a like.
Okay, I see
Then
you.
they hang out.
Oh, this is very intriguing for Arno.
It's okay. They're just very good friends.
Lucas is very
Yeah,
good friends
like-
with a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. That means nothing. Arno is very good friends with Lucas.
Hold on. If we're basing friendships off what I think we're basing them off of, or Ben deserves better. I just need this known.
I need
That
you to
we-
know that you can have very intense platonic friendships. We're working on it.
No, what Lucas is working on is apparently the whole party, just going through.
Making the
Lucas
rounds.
likes making friends.
Yeah, interesting way of making friends.
It's a way.
It's on board. Like, let's be fair. That was an amazing scene. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm
How does
just-
Ix
I'm
feel when
just-
she returns to the inn?
Oh, well, I guess when she arrives, are you guys still just in the tavern hanging out?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, then she would immediately notice the red hair, and just beeline it right for him. And just like, no joke, like if he had his back to her, she wouldn't be subtle. She would grab his shoulders and turn him around so she could see him properly. And when she sees the beard, she'll kind of like suppress a tiny squeal because she still has pride. But she'll be like, and then after she stares a second, she's like, "You look good." And then she'll slowly turn him back around as if she didn't just do that and sit opposite him. And like away from everyone else in a way, because you can tell that she's squirming a little, but you can't tell exactly why. But she won't stop staring at him.
He's just smirking up a storm. You are right. He is a menace right now. His ego is through the roof.
Looking good, Lucas.
Thanks, Ben. You look good too. Were you just working out or something?
I just learned some amazing new skills today, or part of them.
Ooh.
It's not even a flirt. He literally has that like after effect of a heavy day of working out. I love it. That's so cool. You get ready for that match.
Oh, I'm gonna kick Ty's ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Have
I bet
you
money on it.
heard from the Bowl of Judgment at all about whether or not he accepted the challenge?
No, they haven't sent a messenger or anything.
Okay.
I think he'll be there.
If he's not, we always know where to drag him out of.
Oh, we will hunt him down.
Excellent. Yes.
Parade him through the streets, shame him, then throw him in, the arena to fight you.
Shame.
After you. Yep.
Shame. I love when I go to reply to a post in the Discord and I don't realize that there's a bunch of stuff underneath it. Oh well. Alrighty. So, are we ready to conclude the day and move on to the day?
Yep.
Oh yes.
Let's do it.
Yep.
The day of. Alrighty. You all head back to whatever arrangement of rooms you are using tonight.
Regular room.
I-
This isn't
I
his regular room
assume-
tonight.
I assume not keeping a fourth one.
I think that was a one night.
Yeah,
my
no.
Rick's room there.
Alright, the night passes without incident. Everybody's able to complete a long rest. And we come finally to the 6th of Quenpalar, the day of judgment, in the bowl thereof. Alrighty. Any last minute stuff before heading there in the morning.
No, I'm good.
Ben is going to wait to eat breakfast.
Oh,
Oh.
That's how serious he is, guys.
Oh shit.
What time is the match again?
Let's see. You were told that things will be starting mid-morning.
Okay.
Also, I just realized, because I accidentally grabbed it and almost moved it out of place, I did not realize that you all could not see the district borders.
Wow, this whole time this has been that easy? No, actually, you did that and the whole world went blurry, so
Yeah.
Saw that.
maybe I can follow the districts with my eyeballs. They look about what I anticipated them to be.
Oof. Yeah, apparently that was on the borders were on the GM layer, and I had no idea.
Feel like I need to
Okay.
put my glasses on.
Yeah, well, I wonder
I'm
why it made the
sure-
whole thing blurry.
I'm sure that will clear itself up eventually, I hope. But more importantly, I was trying to grab the feather and move it up to the bowl of judgment, not tear away the entirety of the district borders, which I started to do. Very well. So yes, mid-morning, you all arrive at the bowl of judgment, make your way inside. The rest of you are spectating, if I remember correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So Ben is directed to the participants area, and the rest of you head for the stands. You do, on your way in, we'll say on your way out of the Foolish Serpent.
Looks like we lost Tony again.
off.
By the
Yeah,
way.
he has to restart Discord again. I don't know why it's giving him such a hard time today.
Okay. Just figured to mention it since it was a bowl of judgment moment.
I'm gonna say it's his fault that Oncarell is blurry, even though I'm the one that touched stuff.
Wow, he's not even here to defend himself. Rude.
What attacks are made against my character? What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Is there a way to make that transparent? No. Oh, whatever. All right. I was starting to say, on your way out of the Foolish Serpent, you do run into Ao's party heading the same direction. They also are aware of the big event and presumably are heading there to watch. So you all can head there with them if you would care to.
Oh, hi, guys.
Good morning, Ben.
I'll be right back.
What just happened?
I'm assuming that was Maggie, and then someone fell over, so Maggie is indeed that powerful.
She spoke and people just dropped to the ground?
These tiny tables, they keep hitting me in the shins.
I'm sorry.
We'll be cheering for you from the stands today. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
You get to the Bowl of Judgment. Ao, Dermot, and Galsariad continue up to the stands with the rest of you. Maggie and Irvin continue to the participants area.
Ooh.
I have a question for what's his butt, the guy in charge.
Sheed.
Yes, Sheed. Hey, Sheed.
Yes.
Am I allowed to say a few things to the audience before we start?
Yes, we can absolutely give you some opening words before your match.
Cool. And they're all here to see the bear, right?
I would presume so. Do you
All
want
right,
me
good.
to introduce you still, or
No, I gotta go eat breakfast now. So I'll be right back. So Ben's gonna go look for the nearest food source, whether it's a food stand outside or somewhere inside. He doesn't care. He'll pay inflated prices. But he's going to eat
there are concessions.
He's gonna eat a bunch of breakfast now.
Perfect. Third breakfast.
He's gonna eat as much as he can stand.
He skipped breakfast.
Little
For now,
cheer.
at the hotel, yes, or at the inn, but not here.
He
None
needed
of
to
that.
save it.
None of that continental for him.
How much is this going to cost? I'll take the gold out.
Let's say 5 silver to a gold, depending on how much food you're getting.
We'll make it a full gold.
And
He's not
let's
messing
see,
around.
Since you were invited to this one, Ben, they are going to waive your entry fee.
Oh, excellent.
I don't remember how much I said it cost last time for audience members to get in, so I'm just gonna say 2 gold for each of you.
Okay.
Might have been more than that, but I don't remember, because I didn't go check that journal/video yet. But yes, down in the fighters area, once you've had a chance to eat, Sheed does go over with you the plans for today, since he had not had a chance to discuss with you what the final plan was yet, Ben. So the morning, since the main event is in the afternoon.
Oh, in that case, I'm not going to eat breakfast yet. Well, he'll eat, but I'm going to save the scarfing I just did for right before the match.
There will be a break in the middle for lunch if you wish to take that opportunity.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But since the main event is in the afternoon, the morning will be composed of various sporting events. And you look around, you see there are a lot more people here than just you, and actually you don't see Ty anywhere.
Bastard.
But there are quite a number of people here. Yes, he does break down for you some of the events that are going to be going on, culminating with an obstacle course that it sounds like they run periodically here. And then after an hour for lunch, intermission, whatever you want to call it, there will be some matches in the afternoon, and you will be the capstone for that. We come to the actual events in the morning. There are a number of things that we are going to breeze on by. Some of them are fairly typical, like track and field things that we would be accustomed to. Various throwing events, jumping events. You do see a couple of familiar faces. There is Nala the Many Beast, who defeated Ao last time, is doing something resembling a shot put. She attempts to increase her chances by shifting into a familiar black and white bear form. So apparently she has seen you on the streets at some point. She tries to do a shot put, but unfortunately for her, bears don't have thumbs, so it goes very badly for her. It just kind of falls at her feet when she tries to do the push. So, yeah, make of that what you will.
Not just anybody can be the panda.
But not just anybody. Takes a special knack. Also, your hybrid form does have thumbs, so you would be able to do it just fine. All right. Eventually, comes to the end of the morning, and the foretold obstacle course. I am going to send everybody, except for Ben, a little bit of info. We could pause the recording for a moment if you would like. This shouldn't take long, but just in case anybody has questions or clarifications for me. I'm going to move this over so I can type on this screen, because this is the computer I put things on. I also pause my video so that my screen isn't just shaking like a madman. Okie dokie. So there are going to be 5 participants in the obstacle course race. And just to keep this interesting, the rest of you are going to be the other participants.
That's fun.
Hell yeah.
So I will send you each your relevant statistics. Let's see, find each of you on here. So, first off, Bast, you will be controlling our good boy, Irvin. Lucas, or rather Jess, you will be. I can differentiate players and their characters. Jess,
I've been working on my charisma in real life too.
You will be handling Maggie, our steel magnolia.
Got my dice ready and everything. Ooh, all the hunger chunk dice. No, that's Lucas's.
No, it'd be pretty apropos for it to be Maggie as well.
It could be, but
the biggest dice for the biggest laughs. Andy,
yes.
We have a surprise appearance from your good friend Ariok. Apparently, he has participated before because the sporting events were announced at the beginning. These are returning victors. Let's see, and apparently it's been a little longer since I've DM'd with Heather, one-on-one. Heather, you get an original character that we have not met yet. I was going to have the person that you defeated, but you defeated them, so they can't be a returning victor. So you will get to be playing the part of a very cocky-looking green dragonborn.
This is the best day!
And I will post the art that I am using for him. It's like I was looking and looking. I found this one kind of early. I looked a little bit more after, but I'm like, nah, this is the one I'm using.
Guys, I'm a fucking snot. Look at him!
So this is who Heather will be playing.
I want to keep him.
Oh, God.
This is great. This is great.
I hoped you would appreciate that in lieu of an established NPC.
I love him.
Cocky smile. Okay.
Okay, so yes, I included all of your speeds, relevant modifiers, and for some of the characters' relevant abilities that might be useful for a race of this nature. Let's see, let me set my laptop back up off of my lap so it is not causing an earthquake on my camera. My random junk view there. Okay. Let me switch this over here. So, Bast, if you did pause the recording, you could resume when you are ready.
I never paused the recording.
Well then. Okay. So I guess I don't have to reiterate
I don't
any
know
of
if
that then.
you had heard me before, but I had stepped away from my computer for a good while there. So
I did miss that. Okay. So yes, no need to reiterate any of that then. So the participants, I say as I reiterate, to be concise, the participants in the obstacle course will be Ben, Irvin, Maggie, Ariok, and Eskan. And I keep having to double check his name. Yes, Heskan. There were a couple I was going back and forth on. She announces the competition as you all get into position. There will be a few stretches to this race as it goes around the perimeter of the bowl. Near the beginning, there is a little army crawl section. There's a low net that you will have to crawl beneath. Try your best not to get tangled up in it. It is very low, so Maggie unfortunately will have to squeeze to get through there, which will decrease her speed beyond just being prone. There is a wall that must be climbed right after that with knotted ropes to help. There is a field of mines of sort, non-lethal mines, afterward. You all must race across, hopefully without triggering any. If you do, they won't do damage, but they will hit you with enough force to knock you off your feet. There is a long stretch with a mud pit that is about a foot or two deep. So for most of you, other than the very large Maggie, that will be difficult terrain. Toward the end of that, there is a structure with some climbing ropes hanging down. Up at the top, there are 5 brass bands big enough to be worn around the wrist or just carried. You must retrieve one of those and then take it down the final stretch, which is just a straight, even, no nonsense leg of the race. Bring your brass ring to the finish line to complete the race.
Now, is this obstacle course similar to the regular bouts, like try to make it as entertaining as possible, or are there more rules for this?
So for the race, you can, if you have something creative you can do, you can engage in a little bit of trickery or subterfuge. You are not to directly attack any of the other competitors. But
Okay.
for the most part, it is just a race. But they will turn an eye from entertaining trickery if it adds to the experience.
All right.
Just no outright violence against the other racers. All right. Is everybody ready?
Do this.
Oh yes.
You.
All right.
Yes.
Let us have each of you roll initiative.
Wow.
Irvin's gonna do great this time around.
So initiative is not on my track.
It'd just be your
Me
dex.
neither.
Yeah,
It's what?
just your
Dex.
dexterity. But Maggie does have advantage on initiative.
Okay.
I'm presuming that in this instance, none of the others are considered allies.
Probably, yeah.
Technically, her allies also have initiative, but this
No
is a
allies in
competition
this
thing.
competition. So it's the D20 plus dex.
Screw you, Urban.
Yes.
Okay, I got a 19.
Dang.
19. What did Urban get?
9.
And what did Ariok get?
3.
He's been working hard. He hasn't been doing his daily constitutional.
Eating too much cheese?
All right, then let me have some notes, blank notes ready so I can keep track of how far everybody is on the track. I wrote all of this last night, so I am mostly prepared, but not entirely prepared.
Exciting.
Okay. So, Sheed announces for you all to begin. The racers are off. Maggie is the first to reach the army crawl. You will have to get prone and squeeze. So Maggie will be unfortunately moving at a quarter speed for this leg. Safe to assume, unless you all tell me otherwise, that everyone is dashing.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. Ben's very dashing.
Oh, naturally.
So, it does say I'm capable of squeezing through small spaces.
Yes. Squeezing, unfortunately, for larger characters does
Oh,
make you
no, that
move
was
at half
just
speed.
description. Okay, never
Yes.
mind. I thought it was like a special ability. I'm like, it says I can do that. She's like a cat.
Yeah.
No.
So,
You can do it.
just out of curiosity, how much does our movement speed come into play here?
Very precisely.
Because if I'm dashing, my movement is 110 feet.
Okay, you are dashing while prone, so
That's
that is
perfectly
cut in half.
Oh no.
So Ben is just like a little gecko, just going like mad with his arms kind of splayed out, whatever posture works best for him. But yes, Maggie gets a dive under there, gets started on the army crawl. She is, for better or worse, moving slowly enough. She does not have to worry about getting tangled in the nets. Hescon is next. I assume you are dashing.
100%.
Okay. Hescon does have to be a little careful, but at his current pace is not getting caught in anything. What is that? Beb. I know how to spell 3-letter long names. So Ben, you dive under there in your monk-like fashion, start army crawling at triple speed, cut in half. Or are you using key at this point?
I don't know that any key is going to help me get through this.
Okay. So you are moving at double speed, cut in half. So what is your typical move speed then?
It's 55.
55. Okay. Since you are moving very quickly, I am going to need you to make a dexterity check to not get tangled up in the net that is above you.
Just checking to see if I have anything that... I guess there's nothing that would really help me with that. Just a dexterity check, not a saving throw or anything?
Correct.
That's a 7.
7. All right. Ben, very confident at the beginning, has gotten one of his feet caught in the net. Your movement is halted until you break free. So on your next turn, that will require your action to make either a sleight of hand or a strength save. Irvin.
Gonna dash and bonus action dash as well.
Irvin's got a little bit of a leg up for a foot race,
Which,
even on hands and knees.
does mobility help in this section of it, or no?
This is not difficult terrain.
It's
This
just
is
because
a
we're crawling.
hazard.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Irvin, you sneak.
Yeah.
So, Irvin, while prone, manages 60 feet and is just ahead of Ben. he also needs to make a dexterity check to
Okay.
avoid getting tangled.
Oof. What is his bonus? Hold on. $15.
15. 15 was the DC. So Irvin, they're kind of in his way, but he's not getting tangled up in anything. Ariok,
He is gonna dash.
you make a dive in there. You are able to make it 30 feet. Since you are not going faster than that, you do not have to make a check.
Okay. Slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly. So Maggie makes a little more progress. She's caught up to. I wrote Hescon twice. Let's get Ariok in there. Not be mixing people up. Maggie catches up a little bit, but then Hescon starts to pull away. Makes it another 30. Ben, how are you going to try to untangle yourself? Strength save or sleight of hand?
Oh, 100% sleight of hand. I'm just
Okay.
seeing if there's anything. I don't think there's anything I have that can assist with this, which really sucks. So let's sleight of hand it.
Alrighty. Let's see if you can get your foot free.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's 26 total.
Oh yeah, you are completely untangled. You're not able to dash unless you expend key, but
Which
you
I'm
are able to
100%
use your
going
movement.
to.
Okay.
Let's win this.
So Ben is able to get through the nets, gets past the army crawl. You start taking a corner to the next leg, to the wall is up next. Irvin, full triple movement again, I assume?
Yep.
All right, make another dexterity check.
10. So this time
10.
it gets caught up, I assume.
You get caught like right at the end there. So you will have to disentangle yourself. Ben is just like 10 feet beyond you, taking that corner. Ariok makes some progress, pulls away from Maggie again.
Mhm.
Maggie getting a little frustrated. She's struggling. She's at the halfway mark. Hescon is nearly to the end. He could like just about grab Irvin if that wasn't against the rules. Is Hescon continuing to just dash, I presume?
Could he use Mage Hand to try and tangle Irvin without touching Irvin?
Well, Irvin is already tangled.
Could he do it more?
If you want to spend your action on that, you can make an effort to.
No, if he's still tangled, he'll still go, but he'll keep an eye on him.
Like get one of those extra fast boys delayed a little bit more.
No, he'll try and crawl out.
All right, Ben, you run up, finish taking the corner, using 20 feet of your movement. You get to the wall. The climbing wall is 20 feet high. Does have a knotted rope if you want to use that.
Can I actually use my action to transform into hybrid form instead?
You absolutely can.
Which will give me a climbing speed equal to my walking speed, and I will bonus action dash.
Okay, and you do not have to make a check then. All right, so that is... So with the bonus action, Step of the Wind, that gives you a total of 110?
Yep.
All right, so you climb 20 feet up the wall, jump 20 feet down, so you've used 60 feet total. You are able to get a good distance down. Oh, the minefield is up next. Are you just sprinting through the minefield?
What's the check here?
Let's see. Depending on how careful you're being, you can either make perception checks or dexterity saves and hope for the best.
I'm gonna hope for the best. Let's go.
All right. Go ahead and give me one or the other of those.
I'm gonna roll this publicly. My dice haven't been helping me. So 24.
All right. And let's see, you have to do that a few times across the length of it. Since, let's see, you've used 60 feet of movement, so you're moving an additional 50. Go ahead, give me one more of those.
All right.
All right,
23.
you are able to, just in the nick of time, like you see, oh, there's a little lump in the ground. You almost step on a few, and you just manage to get out of the way before activating any of them. So that brings us down. Irvin, your foot is caught.
Can I cut myself free? Is that like an action? What?
Yes, sleight of hand, strength save, or if you have a knife on you, you can just cut yourself free.
Go with sleight of hand.
Okay.
Which that was pretty high roll. It's 16 plus 9, whatever that adds up to.
All right, it's like you just slide out of there. Like, how did your foot even get caught in the first place, man?
It was just the panic of getting caught for a second there.
Irvin disentangles himself with ease, gets back up. Oh yeah, actually I forgot, you have to use half of your movement to stand up. So Ben is not quite as far ahead as he would be.
So I'll use half my movement to stand up after this, and then bonus action dash to catch up.
So that 60 feet of progress, you turn the corner, you are at the wall. How are you getting up? Are you just climbing the rope, or do you have some other maneuver you want to try?
I have a climb speed.
Very well.
Irvin, why?
So Irvin just goes up like it's nothing, like as if he were a bear.
I don't know why, but I just imagine with how quickly he's moving, Irvin like looking like a little skinny cryptid. Like,
I like it. I like it. So Irvin gets up the wall, jumps down, gets a 3-point landing. He is right by Ben. And we will go ahead and just remember those rolls that Ben made for when he does actually cross the minefield. Ariok, you have gotten to the end of the field, unless you're doing anything particular with your action.
No, I'm just gonna try to get to the wall. I don't know if long jump like would help with the wall because it's long, so I'm assuming it's not up.
Yes, that would be a vertical jump. Most of you are not quite tall enough to just jump up to the top of a 20-foot wall.
Okay. So yeah,
Maggie still struggling a little bit, but she's making progress. Heskan finishes the distance. Anything you're doing with your action, or just booking it?
Booking at this point, because I imagine the wall is preventing me from seeing across or over the wall to see what the other contestants are doing. So he's gonna try and clear the wall first. Also, is there like a ledge when you get to the top of the wall, or is it tapered?
Let's see. Yeah, it's 20 feet up. There is a ledge that you can stand on and then jump down on the other side, or climb down on the other side. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's sloped a little bit so you can slide down without injuring yourself in a fall. With a sand pit at the bottom.
Makes sense.
Okay, so Heskan starts taking the corner. Ben does make it down the minefield. The first stretch of it, he gets through just fine. One more perception or dexterity save from Ben.
I rolled a real dice this time, but I got a 19, so not as high as the others.
Okay,
I rolled
Ben,
a 10.
Ben manages to evade all of the mines in his path, starts taking the next corner. Irvin, you are at the beginning of the minefield. Are you taking it careful, or are you booking it and keeping an eye? Okay. Let's see.
So normally, that's 120 feet of movement with bonus action dash.
Yes.
So,
If you are crossing that distance, I need 3 perception checks or dexterity saves.
Dex saves is what I'm going with. So that first one is a 14. Second
14.
one is a 19. And the third one is a mod 20.
All right. The DC was 15. So, rough start for Irvin. He steps on one of the mines just about 30 feet in. Give me a Constitution saving throw as the ground erupts from under your feet.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. Irvin lands like a cat. Is not knocked prone. He's a little shaken, but he's able to keep going. He catches up to Ben, passes him just by 10 feet. Ariok, you take the corner. You are at the wall. How do you get up the wall?
Is there... he just climbs up it, I guess? Is there a rope?
Okay, yes, there is a knotted rope. So you can take that. That will be your choice, athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatic. No, athletics.
Okay, go ahead, roll that.
I'm sorry, Oriok. He got a 9. You know, he's just here to have a good time.
He's struggling a little bit. He gets part way up the wall, but he's not at the top yet. Maggie, almost out of that net.
So I have a question.
Yes,
So these nets are pretty low to the ground.
they're very low to the ground.
I'm a
kind of
pretty big
obnoxious for
girl.
Maggie.
It's kind of obnoxious. Everybody's out of the ropes by this point. What's the chance that, like, in Maggie's frustration, she kind of, like, hulks a bit and, like, tears the net out of the ground a little bit?
Oh no, they weren't secured to the ground. What happened?
I think the audience would love that.
Great, I would love to hulk out a little bit here because I want to make it to this wall before Ben crosses the finish line.
Oh, man. So Maggie gets up, yells a bit, tears the nets off of her, continues on booking it. You get to the end of where the net was. Let's see. You take most of the corner. The wall is just ahead of you. You have passed Heskan, but Heskan, it is your turn. Finish that corner. How do you climb the wall? Taking the rope,
Quickly.
or you got shenanigans?
Does he have claws he can use? Other than that, yeah, he would just use the rope because this long jump isn't going to help him any.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Okay. Oh, I have a question. Can he see around the wall? Like, obviously, I know the wall's 20 feet high, but if he peeked around the wall, could he see anybody?
Let's see. So you were taking a corner right before this, so you could see the other side of it before getting to it.
Okay, so I can see the minefield and Ben and Irvin in it.
Yes, you can see them having booked through it. Although
Okay,
you saw Irvin step on one, get like tossed a little in the air, but he landed on his feet and kept going.
Okay, how far away are they, distance-wise?
They start very soon after the wall.
Oh, so they're not far.
Yeah.
They're far, but they're not far. Okay. No, he'll just climb up the wall for now.
Okay,
He'll wait on that.
go ahead and make your check.
Okay. That is going to be a 13.
13. All right, the DC was 12.
Woo!
Let's see. So Escon manages to clamber up to the top. It's a little slower going since he has to use the rope and doesn't have a climb speed. But you do get to the top, and you're standing at the apex of it, so you can see down, sliding down into the sand pit, and then the minefield ahead of you.
Is that my whole turn?
That is your turn.
All right.
Ben, you finished taking the corner that took 20 feet. You are at the mud pit. You have to wade into the mud. It is difficult terrain for you.
What is after the mud pit again?
One more corner and just a final stretch, but you have to grab the brass ring at the top of a rope toward the end of the mud pit.
Seeing how fast Sneaky Butt Irvin is, I'm going to actually use my action to transform into panda form, which grants me 10 extra feet of movement.
Nice.
I'm going to bonus action dash, and when I use the dash action, because I have the mobile feat, difficult terrain doesn't cost extra movement.
I forgot that you had mobile. This was supposed to slow you down so people like Maggie could catch up.
Sorry, Mags. We're
Okay.
going.
I love you, Ben, but this is probably the first time I'm annoyed.
So I'm going to now
Just
go
Maggie.
130 feet.
Wow.
We've
Okay.
all just been playing for second place, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
so
are we playing this?
No, this is good. This
You,
is good.
dude.
This is all about Ben's shining moment. It's fine.
I'm just so mad. No. I don't want to
Okay.
pretend I have a chance.
So 20 feet to round the corner, you've got 90 feet left. 70 feet down the mud path is the climbing ropes. They are 15 feet high. So with your climbing speed, you are able to get all the way up and grab one of the brass rings.
Okay, and yeah, just Ben will still be a panda, so he'll just grab it in his mouth.
All right, perfect. You are at the
Don't
top of
swallow
the
it.
rope. Irvin, you just have 10 feet left on the corner before you reach the mud pit.
Yep. I also have the mobility feat.
Yep.
So I'm dashing, bonus action dashing. It's a
course you
total of 120, which if I was 10 feet ahead of Ben, I think that just puts me neck and neck with Ben by the end of this turn.
I believe you are correct, since you also have a friggin' climb speed.
Yeah.
So yes, you're basically running over the mud as if it were solid ground.
Just two cryptids racing to the end.
Did we do a
Don't forget
contested
to-
check to see who gets the ring? Are we
Well-
showing up at the same time?
I think the contested check is initiative.
That's fair.
Ah.
Is there only one ring?
There's
I thought
5
there were.
rings.
Okay.
5 rings and 5 ropes.
Okay. So I'd probably just grab a different ring.
You don't have to climb up behind Ben and get in his way trying to get back down or anything like that. But before that continues, Ariok, you
Yep.
let's see, you're partway up the wall. I need another athletics or acrobatics check.
Um, don't let me roll for other people's characters.
That's okay.
I got a natural 1. He
There's a-
fell.
As an
Oh.
NPC, he's fine. All right, okay. He's a little embarrassed, but he only fell 10 feet down a slight slope, so no damage to Ariok physically, only to his pride.
Okay,
as
buddy.
as a returning champion or returning victor. Maggie, you finish the corner. You come up to this wall. You look up at it. Maggie is able
I'm
to
jumping
just,
over this wall.
Yeah, Maggie can just kind
I
of like reach an
Already
arm up
was
and
planning on jumping over this wall.
she barely has to clamber. It's like Maggie doesn't. She has no climb speed, but she doesn't have to make a check.
It's like a hurdle jump to her.
Pretty much, it's a really high hurdle, but it's like the jumping boxes in like Japanese PE class. It's like that for her. Maggie finishes that distance. Maggie has jumped into third at the moment. You are at the minefield. You don't have much movement left, but you can get started on there.
Can you explain to me what long jump means?
Long jump is like if you have a 10-foot running start, that's how far you can jump.
How far is this minefield across?
Well, the minefield itself is 100 feet, but you can jump over the first part of it and skip one of the checks if you would like.
Yeah, it looks like I can do that.
Okay. So Maggie is building up a running start, so we'll have her jump the next round of the initiative. Heskan, you are at the top of the wall climb. There is the drop and the minefield ahead of you. What is your approach to the minefield? Are you being careful, or are you trying your darndest to catch up to those speedy boys?
Oh yeah, long jump halfway through that minefield.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
That's a 19.
19. All right. Successful long jump. You are able to skip the first mine. Go ahead, roll for the middle portion.
That's a 20, not natural.
20. All right. Oh, was that perception or dex save? Out of curiosity.
Oh, sorry. That would be... Which one did I do, Heather? Oh, I did perception. So I'm sorry, it's 19.
19. Okay. So yeah, you, Heskan is able to see in this portion of it. He can see the lumps of earth and avoid them so far. Ben, you are at the top of this rope with Irvin right next to you on another rope.
I still gotta get up there and grab a ring.
Oh, you have a ring in your mouth.
Okay.
So you're,
All right.
you're 15 feet above the mud pit. There's 30 feet of mud pit left.
So what's left? I apologize. I don't remember what you said. What was left?
Oh, 15 feet down, 30 feet to the end of the mud, and then a corner and a straightaway.
Does slow fall apply when I'm a bear?
It does. The bear
I'm
is
just gonna
still
jump
among.
off and slow fall and just jump right down, and then run bonus action dash. Well, I don't even have to bonus action dash again. I'll just dash.
All right. So just using normal movement.
Yeah, which would still be 130 feet of movement.
Dang. All right then. So Ben finishes the mud pit. Let's see, that's 30, 45, 75. So Ben is halfway down the straightaway with his brass ring. Irvin,
Gonna
same
climb
thing?
down this wall, not jump. But yeah, keep dashing.
Alrighty. And you have 120 feet?
Yep.
Alright, Ben is just ahead of you. And you are also on the final straightaway. Ariok, gotta get up this wall, man.
Oh my god. Okay.
I need you to know I was typing everything, and I
16.
wrote that Arvin is hot on his heels, but instead of heels, I accidentally wrote feels. Arvin is all up in his feels right now.
He doesn't want to be in second place.
He's very upset in this moment. God damn it, Ben, what the fuck?
You know, it's funny. He must have been so embarrassed by that meat pie competition because Irvin's been kind of clutch since then.
We just had the worst possible, like, introduction to him, but really he's the most capable person ever.
Isn't he the one that won us a bunch of money betting?
Yeah.
Well, because Thorn put down a bunch of money on the fight that nobody expected him to win.
Yeah, here we are. I'm sorry he had to go up against me this time.
Alright.
Ariak got a 16.
Alright, Ariok makes it up the wall.
He's just gonna sit on the wall and watch the end of the race. You know, he's
He's comfy where he is. He doesn't feel like crossing the minefield.
No, there's no point. He understands.
That's
He's just
fair.
happy to be there.
It's like I participated.
For some reason in my head, I don't know why, because this wasn't even explained this way. I thought that everyone had to double back, and I was like, Ariak's just gonna sit at that freaking wall and wait until he can just steal a ring off someone. But I was like, Zarsa said several times, there's a turn and a straightaway, Heather. There's no one coming back. I don't know why I created this in my head.
Man,
There.
this plan worked out really well in my head. I don't get it.
I'm gonna high five Ben and Irvin on their way back.
What? No one's
Right.
coming back, guys.
So Maggie has done a running start to perform a long jump. Give me an athletics.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. Maggie clears a pretty good distance. With that first jump, you're at the middle of the track now. Give me a perception or dexterity save if you are taking full speed.
Dexterity save?
Yeah. Or perception.
Is my save the same as my dex because it doesn't have a plus next to it?
Yes.
21.
21. All right. Maggie is dodging these mines, jumped over a chunk of them, avoided a couple before stepping on them. She is almost at the end of the minefield. Heskan, dex save or perception.
Oh, perfect. Ooh, that is a 5 perception, sir.
I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh joy. That would be a 13.
13. What did I put? Well, the DC was 15. Heskan steps on one of the mines, is thrown into the air, and
Oh wait, does he get thrown forward or backward? We can make this work.
straight up.
Oh, sweet. Very good.
Boy, our green scaly boy lands on his back with the wind knocked out of him.
Oh god. I'm sorry, dude. I can feel that.
He can get up, but he has to use some of his movement to get up from prone. And he hobbles a little bit. He is just past Maggie, but barely.
Ooh. Ooh. He was trying to fly, guys. Didn't work out.
Ben, you and Irvin are on this last straightaway. You got about half the distance left to go.
If it's just a straightaway, we're just gonna run. We're gonna dash.
Alrighty. Ben crosses the line. Irvin, out of curiosity, does Ben still have his breast ring on him? Or were you not that underhanded?
I'll make a character check for him.
Okay.
Wait, why do I have a brass ring?
Because you picked it up.
That was what was at the
Oh,
top
that,
of the rope.
I'm thinking ring on my finger. I'm like, wait.
Oh yeah,
Is there
breast.
something-
Breast band.
He would have. I rolled the character check. He would have attempted to steal the ring off of Ben. while they
Make
were
a
on
sleight
the
of
wall.
hand check.
Okay.
And Ben, what is your passive perception?
Well, I'm in bear form. Can I smell Irvin's stinky hand coming for me?
Stinky hand.
I want to see what Irvin rolls. and then
23
then-
sleight of hand.
Sure, you
I
can have
can't
your
beat
spell
that. Yeah.
Ben, you cross the finish line, and they ask you to present your brass band. And it's not in your mouth anymore somehow.
It was replaced with like something else, like a donut or whatever.
You have a delicious donut between your teeth.
A sad, sad cookie that he found at a bakery off the fringes of the city.
Irvin comes up right behind you. Presumably one brass band visible, unless he is flourishing the second one. That's up to his player.
Character check. He is hiding the second brass band.
But everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody knows.
All right. So Irvin apparently is the first to cross the line with the band.
I feel feel like this
Uh,
is pretty in character for him. He's a little bit shady.
Just a little bit.
A little?
Just a little bit.
I feel bad though. I'm sorry, Ben. you deserved to win.
But Irvin is
Irvin.
not
also
sorry
felt-
enough to do anything about it.
Well, Irvin also believed that he deserved to win.
I feel like Irvin's just a little bit of a shit. So
So the two of them cross the line. Aryok is sitting up on top of the climbing wall, watching the end of the race. Maggie and Heskan, do you wish to compete for technically second?
Ben could. If we're competing for second, I want to see if Ben can dash back, grab another ring before we even get there. He can grab Aryok's.
Yep.
Only
Would
if he
Ben
wants
do
to,
that?
but only if he wants to.
If he wants to. Okay. Well, we shall see. So, Maggie, you are on the last bit of the minefield. One more check, please. Dex or perception.
That was cocked. God damn it! It's cocked on the same number every time. There we go. I got a 17 Dex check. Maggie's just running.
Okay. Maggie gets past the minefield, takes the corner. You are at the start of the mud pit. Heskan, got to catch up to that ogre.
Yeah, same thing. I'll do a perception check of 16.
Let's see. Okay. Heskan makes the distance, takes the corner, gets started in the mud pit. It is difficult terrain for him, so it's slow going.
Well, before we get to the mud, before he gets in the mud, how far away are the rings in relation to where he's at before he enters the mud pit?
They're 70 feet down.
70
then-
feet down?
All right, 70 feet down the stretch, and then 15 feet high.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, could he get a running start and do long jump to try and get as close to them as possible?
Yeah, absolutely can. Go ahead, make an athletics check.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
All right. Heskan makes some respectable progress down the mud pit.
How far
Then-
away are the rings from me now?
Still a good little distance.
I need to know the range.
Out of your range.
Fucking. Also, Tony's in the bathroom.
Okay. I was gonna ask him if Ben was gonna go back and try to get another ring.
He put BRB in the.
Okay.
There's probably time either way.
Just
You can
in
have
ca-
you can have him make that check when we get back if he wants to.
I will keep track of how far along he would get. So if he does run back, he does get back to the beginning of down the stretch around the corner. He is at the mud pit if he runs back.
On the other side.
Yes, he is at
Okay.
the far end of the mud pit if he comes back.
Okay.
Maggie,
Yep.
you've
Mud pit is
gotten-
how long?
it's 100 feet long. It's difficult terrain for everyone else.
Not for me. Because I would also like to run and jump in. We're just
Alright.
hopping like a rabbit here, but it's not difficult terrain for me.
Just doing it because you can. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Love this die. Athletics check is what? Oh, strength. Oh, okay.
I am
25.
personally imagining Maggie jumping into this and creating like a wave of
Can
mud
she
that
wave
just
us on
sweeps
backwards?
just like knocks everyone else
On the
down.
loose. But I feel like Maggie's math.
I want to just
would-
cover him with mud.
Yeah, if
He jumped in and there's like a tiny puddle go ploosh. She jumps
Jeez.
in and he's bathed.
if she's taken a running start and jumping, she lands about 3 feet ahead of him. So absolutely, he gets coated in mud.
She rolled a 25, so yeah.
They say
He's like
she can
staring
even-
at the rings, mentally calculating the distance between himself and the rings, and just all of a sudden, boom, mud in the face.
Yeah. He's looking up, he's looking where he's at, and all of a sudden he's just, oh.
I'm imagining Maggie takes her jump, and then right before she lands, she thrusts her feet down just to make an extra big splash. So yeah, that's a little bit of her movement, and then she's able to carry on like nothing. Get back up there. Maggie is just before the ropes. Hescon, that ogre got ahead of you. You gonna take that?
No. I'd like to get within 30 feet of all the rings, please.
Let's see. Wading through the difficult terrain, you are almost within 30 feet of the rings.
Almost. God damn it. All right, well, if I'm not within 30 feet, then I'll just use whatever movement I can to move as close as possible.
Okay.
Covered in mud. He will, obviously, as he's moving, try and move the mud out of his face specifically, but he won't bother with the rest of his body at this point. But you can hear him growling about it the whole time.
No action required to wipe mud from his face.
I'd hope not, but we'll see. Shit.
Is Tony still BRB?
No, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Would Ben be running back to try to grab another ring since Ariok is not finishing the race and there is an extra?
Nah.
Okay. He's just taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Scares me.
In that case, Maggie. Your video
back.
disappeared. You are still.
I know, I froze. I saw that I had frozen, so I hopped out, hopped in. That's all.
Fair enough. All right, so Maggie, you're just like 10 feet away from the ropes.
Yep.
You get up to them. The bands are low enough. You can just reach a hand up and grab one off of its little hook.
I love it. That's indeed what she does.
All right, you just snatch it on your way down to the end. Let's see. Barely even pausing for that. Barely. You finish
The
the
entire
mud pit?
reason for this race is to make as many bear references as we can.
Oh, naturally.
Obviously. This is the whole entire session, honestly.
So yeah, you finish the mud pit like it's nothing. You take most of the corner. Hescon, you finally reached the ropes.
Great. I want to use Mage Hand to take any other rings left and actually sidestep my way out of the frickin' mud pit because he's not going to go through the rest of the fucking mud pit.
Nobody's gonna stop you.
I didn't think anyone would.
That green clawed hand appears up by the ring, knocks it down for you to catch. He steps out of the mud. That is all of his movement. And I'm stretching it a little bit. I'm pretending he can do the mage hand as a bonus action so that he can still move far enough.
Hooray!
So Maggie takes the corner halfway down the straightaway, unless she's doing anything else particular with an action.
No, we're just running.
You can see Irvin and a panda bear already at the line.
Yep. Dum.
Hescon finishes, air quotes, the mud pit, finishes the corner. You are at the start of the straightaway, but Maggie is 50 feet ahead of you.
Yeah, and even with dashing, I don't think I'll overtake her by the end of her next turn anyway.
Yeah. So Maggie, second to cross the line with a brass band. Hescon, within 2 turns, within 12 seconds, is able to close the distance as well, while Ariok is just enjoying the view from 20 feet up.
Applauding, and then, he'll hop in.
Slides back down, goes to meet up with everybody else.
Yep.
All right.
I'm assuming he didn't win the obstacle course last time. This is not a big deal.
No, he won whatever sporting events he was in last time.
Ariok's real victory was still that mithril armor. He's like, whatever, it is fine.
He's winning at life. All right. The race is concluded. Sheed announces the victors, congratulates Ben on his speed, but with the unfortunate caveat of lacking his brass band. Congratulates Irvin as the technical victor of the obstacle course race. And Maggie for coming up more or less just behind. Hescon for finishing, Ariok for participating.
Hey, stars.
Yes.
Just for fun. So I think I remember Maggie being pretty insightful over the rest of the course of the time we've known her.
Yes.
Would she know and assume rightfully what Irvin did?
Go ahead, make an insight check. With advantage, because you know this man fairly well at this point.
Yeah, I feel like she would just know.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what her insight bonus is, but I rolled a 15 on the die, even with advantage. They were both 15s, so.
Okay, it's the same as her perception bonus. She has proficiency.
21.
21. Okay. Irvin, does she see through you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So in all of the everything that's going on, I don't think she says anything out loud. That's a good word, hubbub. I don't think she says anything aloud just yet, but I would like to think that as Sheed is like congratulating everyone and being like, "Oh Ben, it's just too bad that you didn't have a ring," I think that Maggie would just very quietly put a hand on Irvin's shoulder, and if he looks up at her, I think she's just like doing that. There's probably this like Maggie see through your soul stare as she's like just smiling down at him, like giving him one last chance to own up.
And I feel like in Irvin fashion, he looks up at her with this all too innocent look. Like...
One last ditch effort, you freaking brat!
I made a character check to see if he'd like play it honest, and he got nat 1, so I'm like, no, this man is fully committed.
No, that's valid. And she does not change anything. She does not like fix anything, but she just kind of like gives him another little pat on the shoulder. It's like, all right, enjoy the victory kind of thing. Not a word through any of it. Just.
Let's see. Well, as when the results are announced and accolades are given, your placements are recorded apparently for just records at the bowl. Irvin is awarded what is stated to be a fairly rare potion. The little vial is filled with yellow fluid streaked with black swirls. Or streaked with black, and it swirls on its own.
Interesting.
Description. So we can see if Maggie can convince Irvin to give that to Ben, or if he's just going to keep that. But the morning events are concluded. You are all ushered back into the waiting area. It is time for the lunch intermission, so Ben can go chow down if that is next on the docket.
Ben's gonna wait to eat until before fighting Ty.
Okay. So Irvin now has a swirling yellow and black potion. I will note that down if it is staying with him.
That could be an out of character thing where you can have some fun with that later, probably. But I think she knows Irvin well enough. She's like, I get it. She's just here to try to convince people to make good life decisions, not like force them to.
Force them. Mm-hmm.
So he didn't go honest out in public. As Irvin's temporary player, what do you think Irvin would do with his prize?
I mean, admittedly, I feel like if he were to give it to Ben, it would be after the competition, not like in the midst of it.
Oh, you don't have to give it to Ben. You don't have to do that. That's fine.
Yeah, but
There's something
Maggie-
about how calm you say that just makes me think that Urban's made an enemy.
No, I'm just. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I thought that was really shitty. I'm sorry, Stars, but I'm trying to decide if that's just me being upset because I didn't get my way, or what. Just because like that was right at the end, and it wasn't even Bast that came up with it. Who you asked to play Irvin, you put the suggestion in Bast's head, and it just. I don't know. I'm kind of salty right now. So I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to decide if that's just me being a baby or not.
That's fair. I admit I probably would not have thought of that on my own, and I only rolled because I was like, oh well, that could be in character for Irvin. Now that Stars mentions it, because this is not a character I normally play.
I don't
So
know.
If I was playing him as an NPC, I probably would have done that, but I do feel bad that it came off shitty. So I apologize for that. I will see if I can find a way to make it up to Ben/Tony.
Okay. I accept your apology. I've said my piece. Thank you. We're good.
But I also knew the afternoon was the important part. So we will have the lunch break in game. Does anybody need like a 5-minute break or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. So yes, while everybody has an intermission, I will get things set up for the main event. And you can take out your frustrations possibly on a gray tabaxi. All right, the lunch intermission has concluded. Ben is presumably well stuffed.
It has to be just before the match, just so I'm clear. It's just before the match. He wants to eat as much as he can.
Gotcha. We have a stuffed teddy coming into the arena. All right. Audience seems to be anybody who had stepped away for food, concessions, whatever, has returned to their seats for the most part. You and the few others that are having some fights ahead of you are back in the waiting area. Sheed comes over to you, Ben, just to double check one more time. So when it comes around to you, we're hoping he shows up. He still might. Did you want me to announce you, or do you want to just open it yourself?
If it's all right with you, I'll open it myself.
Very well then. Let's get some other matches taken care of. He announces more matches. There's a couple inconsequential bouts that take place just to get the arena warmed up again after lunch. Ben gets his food stuffed in while he's waiting for these to conclude. Comes around to the fated Battle of the Dragons. Sheed comes out to the field, says nothing, just sweeps a hand toward the entrance for you to come out.
Are my friends here, or are they in the stands?
yeah, we're
They-
totally there.
Aren't we spectating?
Yeah, in the stands, right?
Front row seats, bitches.
Hell
If you-
yeah.
If you wanted them to be down there for it, you could find them during the break.
Oh, you could get us into the pit. Let's go.
Hey, Arno, I need something from you before I go out there.
Oh, of course. What do you need?
Inspire me, buddy.
I got you, buddy. Would like slap him on his shoulder.
I need that inspiration die.
No
Okay.
chances.
And then Sheed's holding his hand out for Ben to come out. And Ben's just gonna walk out with Steve in his stick form, and then he'll just say to himself, he's not going to say it loud enough for the crowd to hear, but he's going to say Steve's store, and he's going to take Steve and just put him in his little Steve pouch. And then he's going to look up at the stands, and I haven't written this down. We're going to see if I can improvise this, because I've literally been thinking about this since we decided on the rematch. And I'm guessing Ty is still nowhere to be found.
You have not seen him yet.
Okay, give me 1 second to think about what Ben's going to say.
I'm here for this.
I'm like shaking.
We all bet on Ben.
Oh,
Yeah.
What? Yeah. 100%.
Ben's going to look at the stands. And he's going to look all around, and he's going to see everybody surrounding him. And then he's going to raise up his hand, and he's going to go, "Oh, hi, guys." And then he's going to say, "I know, based on before," as loud as he can. Obviously, I'm not going to yell it in the microphone for you guys. "You're expecting to see a big, scary monster. And he was here earlier today, and he wasn't scary. And I just want you all to know that I'm not a danger to you or anybody. But I am going to claim the title as a Dragon Warrior. And I'm going to do that as..." And as he's saying this, I want Ben to start... Wait! No! It's taking over! I can't control it! And he's going to transform into the bear. And what I want to happen is he's going to roar. And as he's transforming, he's roaring as loud as he can in bear form. And then he wants to try to transition it into... He's going to start pounding on his chest to let out the biggest burp that he can from all the food he just ate. Sorry, everybody. Just had to get that out.
That was his dragon roar.
But I see that the other Dragon Warrior isn't here. So I guess that means the title goes to me.
Well, first question. How much is everybody betting on this if it does happen?
Oh, fuck yeah, Ben.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
No.
Odds are mostly even. A little bit more weighted in favor of Ben since he chased the other guy off.
The better question is, how high
officially
can
in
we
that.
go?
I'm betting 500 gold.
Right? How high can we go legally?
Technically, the limit is 50, but you've talked your way above that before.
So Thorn's betting
all-
500.
Ix will bet 300.
Arno will bet 500.
Oof.
We're all in on this. Oh, we're all in on this. Oh, man. Odds are even, you said? Odds are pretty even against them?
Pretty even. Slightly weighted more in favor of Ben, so the longer odds on Ty. Just a
Fair.
little
None
bit.
of us are betting on Ty. I feel like
Yeah,
we're none of us are betting on Ty. Lucas is gonna bet 400.
So X 300, Lucas 400, Arno and Thorn each 500.
Mm-hmm.
We're
I'm gonna
all in on
need-
this, and this is also even if we happen to lose, which I really, you got this, Ben. We're just
I'm gonna need
paying
a
him for his
representative
comment.
of one of the four of you to make a persuasion check with the bookie. Advantage from multiple of you canceling out the disadvantage from the big ask.
Oh.
Can I do it?
Oh,
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Look at
Yeah. Go for it, Lucas.
Oh,
Hello.
Also, Lucas, did you roll a portent die this morning?
That's a 19 on the portent
19.
die.
So you have that in your pocket.
I
You
do
to
have that in
choose-
my pocket.
You do have to choose to use it before rolling something if you do use it.
Oh, do I? Okay.
It is not a. I don't like that number. Let me use this one instead.
Oh, I didn't understand that. That's good to know.
So going forward, since you haven't announced a number yet for the.
I do.
persuasion check,
Okay, so just to confirm, I'm looking at what Tony added into my character sheet. So if this is incorrect, maybe we just need to reword it a bit so I know this going forward.
Mhm.
It says you can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see.
That's how it
So-
is in the normal portent skill. so I don't know if that was intended or if it was just intended for Lucas. I'll go correct that if it was just for Lucas.
Maybe I haven't looked at it in a couple of weeks. That's how I've heard it interpreted.
Okay. I mean, I'm totally fine with it. I just would love to reword it a bit if that is how it's going to go, because I will forget that.
For today, since it's in question, you can keep it in your pocket as a reroll if you want.
Okay, and then just let me know what you decide.
Okay.
So don't do anything right now. Turn off spelling and grammar check. We're busy.
Things are about to happen.
Yep. So Lucas steps forward as a representative, and he gives his best smile as he invokes Channel Divinity, Emissary of Peace.
Naturally.
Charmingest of charmingest smiles. And you know what? We'll keep that 19 in my pocket because I rolled an 18 on the die. So that
Emissary of gamblers.
Yep. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Yeah. Yeah, Lucas was the right choice. 31 is enough to get them to allow your ridiculous wagers. Because they kind of know how good Ben is, even if he was invisible for a portion of his fight. They don't know how good Ty is. They're expecting some good money off of this match one way or another. But Ben makes his declaration, makes his belch, declares himself the winner by default. And with a flash of red and a puff of smoke, suddenly in the opposite corner, another figure appears, cloaked in red. Big words for such a small boy. You talk a big game, old friend. But I'm afraid the title of Dragon Warrior will be going to me today.
I'm gonna kill this man if he lives.
From the crowd, Arno just shouts, "Suck a dick!"
He looks up in Arno's general direction. His head snaps back up that way.
Can I pretend that that's actually how Arno gives me inspiration? And that inspires him.
It was pretty inspiring.
Oh my god. If Ty does look up to see Arno, Ix is gonna straight up double flip him off.
See Thorn next to them just pretending he doesn't know them because of the consortium connection. Like...
Sorry.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
So remind me, you have already transformed into Bernard.
Oh, I'm 100% bear.
All right, let me get Little Ben off of there.
Oh, I see why my token moved now.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I move? I didn't click that.
So, normal bear, not hybrid?
Nope, hybrid bear.
Hybrid bear, okay.
So he wouldn't be able to keep giving his speech if he wasn't in hybrid bear form.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Sheed comes out now that both contestants are on the field. Gives a brief little spiel. It looks like we have a game after all, folks. If you all are ready, he raises a hand, about to swing it down and call for you to start. And just before he calls for the match to start, Ty lets out a roar of his own, a little more cat-like than belch-like. And suddenly, around his upper body, there is kind of a glowing red, almost an outline, like somebody did some line art and didn't fill in the colors. Just the shoulders and arms and face of a humanoid dragon form, kind of overlapping his own upper body. If that were his actual body, he would be just about matching Ben's height right now. But you still see Ty himself kind of within it, matching a readied pose. And Sheed calls for the bout to begin. So roll initiative.
Am I allowed to use inspiration on initiative?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. It's a D6, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Oh,
So
right,
not amazing, but I'll be 15 on initiative.
that kind of initiative. Okay. All right. Why is this not typing? There we go.
Damn. Oh well, I should have saved the inspiration. Worth a try though.
Also, we're speaking of inspiration. If you didn't already have it, have inspiration.
Is it worth trying to re-roll that? +8. Can I beat the 21 with my rolls? I'll
Did you
accept my
already have
fate.
Did
I
you
did
already
not.
have inspiration?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
So you do now with that that introduction.
I'm gonna save it though.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's see.
I
And
just know my rolls and I don't trust myself to get a 13 or higher.
save it for something else. Okay. I have to check one thing that I didn't write down because again, some of these details were worked out a little bit last minute. It's like I had some of the important stuff figured out. Then I'm like, oh, but what if I did this? Just to spice things up a little bit. All right, come on. Come on. All right. So Ty, who you saw him very briefly before you grabbed him by the throat, punched him up a bit, and he ran away with his tail between his legs. You do see him wearing some bracers that he did not have last time. What is Ben's passive perception?
Unless it smells good, then it's 17.
17. Okay. You do kind of notice, just because it's a little hard to ignore. Ty, like through his short fur, you do see kind of like a reddish rash on his forearms, like coming out from underneath the bracers. Which the bracers themselves, also they look maybe iron or steel or something, but they have veins of red going through them. And as both he and his little dragon overlay both let out another roar, kind of rage and aggression, and maybe some other things mixed in. Let's see. He needs to make a roll, actually. Okay. Surprisingly, the thing I expected to happen does not, because he got a natural 20 on that saving throw. Which is a little disappointing, but that's okay. I don't get to show off anything with that. But he lets out a roar, charges directly towards Ben. Come on. Okay. 30 feet, just has Ben in the corner. The arms of the dragon outline are going to come towards Ben and just start wailing on him. Let's see. 18 plus. Where even is? Okay. First attack is a 20 to hit.
All right, I'm going to use something I've been saving for a long time, which is the metal of... Which metal is it?
The metal of the horizon back, I believe.
Yes, the one that is basically shield.
Lucas's favorite.
I know I have that somewhere. There it is. Until the start of my next turn. So my AC until the start of my next turn is 24.
Okay, so with a 20, the giant arm comes down on you, and almost an intangible force that briefly shows itself on the impact. It looks like a giant tortoise shell kind of interposing for a brief moment, intercepts the attack and deflects it. He looks surprised but not deterred. He's going to try again. 23 almost gets through. You can feel the shell start to give and cracks a little bit, but he does not break through it. He's going to try to flurry of blows you, because why wouldn't he? That was a 14. That was another 14. Okay, he doesn't have any crazy stupid stuff with that. Okay, so he makes 4 attacks. The first 2 almost get through, but the shield, the tortoise shell heal. I can't talk right now. Consonants are hard. The tortoise shell shield holds through the onslaught. And Ben stands at the ready with Ty in his face.
Ben's going to say 2 things real quick. He's going to say, first, that's a neat trick. And as he says this, he's going to use a bonus action to activate his Dragon Warrior tattoo. And then the tattoo then dances from arm to arm. And he says, but you really should have won yourself some medals. So then, Ben, I can't bonus action Flurry of Blows this time, but so I'm going to make 2 attacks.
Alrighty.
With my claws. And I'll roll this all publicly right now. Let's do this from D&D Beyond.
He cheated a little bit, activating his visage before the turn order began, because that would have been a bonus action. But
It's only fair.
type.
I got to transform into bear form. I'm not too salty about that. All right, let's do first attack with the claws. Let's roll that with inspiration. Much better. 23 to hit.
That hits. He does not have 24 AC. Ooh,
So he's going to take
barely.
19 slashing damage and 3 force damage.
Alrighty.
And I'm going
19.
to key point that and use let's use what's it called? Stunning Strike.
Oh.
DC 13 con save.
See, what was the DC?
13.
13. That is his modifier high enough? That was not a good roll. He only has a +1 to that, so that's a 9.
Okay. He's stunned.
He's
Go,
stunned.
Ben!
You have advantage on your next one.
Woo!
Then I'm going to actually jump over him.
Right, he should have tried to stun you. I haven't played him. I haven't rolled a monk in a long time.
It's okay. Ben's going to jump a few feet away, and he's going to use the Dragon Warrior tattoo, which now allows me to attack from 15 feet. And he's going to attack using that, which is the same, claw attack, but just want to show off that he can do it from far away.
Right. Gotta have some panache.
That's a natural 20 for a 30 to hit.
Scar that boy for life.
Exploded all of his internal organs. Wherever
Hey.
he hit, it's just liquefied guts.
That's right, he does get a scar from this.
He will forever remember the day.
I don't get to roll force damage. It's only once per turn, but that's an 18 damage.
Is
Plus
that-
whatever critical. Are we doing max criticals, or do I need to roll 2 more d8s?
Roll 2 more d8s.
I rarely get critical hits, so I forgot.
All good. Yeah,
So
it's
a
double.
total of 29 damage from that.
Oh, there's
Look
at
at
least
that
one,
max roll on that extra damage.
one of them at least. That's still
And it's like, this is a long time coming, bitch.
so. Ty is still standing, but he is bloodied for sure. Ben finishes his turn, comes back to Ty. Ty, how do you flavor your stunning strikes? Do you like hit a nerve bundle? Do you sock him over the head to discombobulate?
I think Ben would be the nerve bundle type. Like, you know what? How about we reflavor it a bit? And when he punches him or swipes at him with the claws and does the stunning strike, and he says, "I knew you were always weak right there," and stuns him.
So Ty, having been hit in this apparent weak spot, is still a little bit contorted, trying to get his wits back about him, but he spends his turn stunned and is already in rough shape after two strong blows, one of them being a crit. Ben, it's your turn again.
You know what's really funny is I just remembered you told me I could roll the last attack with advantage. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fish for the crit. I already got a crit.
See if you get two at once.
Sure, why not? It will serve no purpose. All right, that was my fish for the second crit.
Let's see. Is he stunned until the end of your next turn?
Let me see.
Turn? Or is it the beginning of your turn? Until the end of your next turn. So I think you still have advantage on him.
Oh my gosh.
If you're unless you're going to showboat a little bit. Because he's pretty rough.
He's already showboating. Everything about this is a showboat.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Can I stretch the ability of one of my skills just a little bit? I want to take my Dragon Warrior tattoo and reach out with that and grapple Ty around his neck and lift him up in the air from the tattoo. And I'll walk forward to him so that when I'm actually grappling him, if I succeed, or actually, can he even contest a grapple check right now? I don't know. But I want to lift him up in the air with the Dragon Warrior tattoo.
I don't remember what stunned prevents you from doing besides acting. Let's find out real quick. But in the meantime, go ahead, just in case, roll in athletics.
Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Well, okay then. Well, it's not a saving throw, but still. Yeah, no, I'm just going to say it works.
Oh, that is a bit of a weird one that it isn't a saving throw. It's a contested check, but you'd think it would still apply.
I'm going to say it still applies in this case.
Okay.
So he is, for the moment, stunned and now also grappled.
There, I rolled it anyway, so it was a 22, so it was a pretty good athletics check. So that would be one attack. Ooh.
If we do give it to him, he only got a 14.
Ben is going to say, this isn't for the 5-tie. This is for me. And then he's going to take out his other claw since I used a claw attack already. He's going to swipe with the claws. And this is me making this up. I don't think this was ever written in Ben's backstory, but we're going to swipe him where Ben saw him stabbing the nobleman that he killed. Just presumably right across the chest. We're going to swipe him there, drop him to the ground, flurry of blows, and do 2 unarmed strikes against him, right in the face.
All right, then.
Good thing everybody saw him come in here so we can identify the body, because goddamn.
So I'm going to roll some attacks. I'll mark off a P point.
All righty.
And just to really drive it home, we're not going to stunning strike again, but I'm going to hand of harm so that he's poisoned for the next turn. And it's going to do an extra D6 plus 2 of necrotic damage to him. So we're really going to lay this into him.
Blasting effects.
So 1 claw attack.
With advantage. That definitely hits.
Force damage is next. Not a lot, but I'll take it. And then 2 unarmed strikes.
And you're dropping him to the ground.
Ooh, those were shitty rolls. Does a 15 hit?
15 does not.
So 1 miss. Ben's a little blinded by his anger, but not too much. 21, I'm assuming, does hit.
It does indeed.
So 9 bludgeoning for that one. And then the necrotic damage.
I'm gonna say he's prone. All right. Also, now that you've rolled your attack rolls, when you say this is not just for the 5, give me an insight check as you're looking him in the face.
24.
24. You see an odd mix of emotions that doesn't feel like Ty as you remember him. You see he's as cocky as he's ever been before getting stunned anyway. There's definitely some spite in there. You're surprised to see what looks like regret in his eyes.
Ben's still going to follow that up with, "This is for me."
Like
and he's going to continue with it.
By all means. It kind of feels out of left field for him, but you see it unmistakably. But you drop him to the ground. He apparently has just enough wits about him to shift out of the way of your first flurry of blows. But then you follow up, get him right in his sad little eyes, and he is unconscious.
I think Ben's going to linger for a second, angry and growling, but he'll hold himself back. And then he's going to stand up and take out Steve and go, "Steve, stretch." And he'll climb to the top of Steve and take his Dragon Warrior tattoo dragon and just cause that to fly around him and then land back on his arm. And then the effect from that will go away. Ben will transform back into Ben and do some cool, dope monk shit. And as he's doing it, let's really hand this up. He's going to cause Steve to shrink back into normal Steve form, or like storage form. No, normal Steve staff form. And then when he lands, that way he'll be landing with Staff Steve and just, bow to the audience after he lands.
Well, the audience is all in an uproar, all in a tizzy after that very quick but brutal match. They saw two very impressive fighters. One of them just completely dominating the other, and the clearly deserving of the claimed title of Dragon Warrior. Ty is just on the ground, kind of bleeding a little bit from his nose. Ben stands over him, just soaking it in, feeling whatever he's feeling in this moment, probably a lot of things. You do have a better look up close now that he's not moving around, and the visage of that kind of glowing red dragon form has faded away after that last punch in the face. But you can see more clearly now the bands on Ty's forearms very much resemble the other ruidium items that you have seen up close. And the almost burned looking rashes that are showing from under the edges on both sides. Looks very uncomfortable, for one thing, but that's kind of tertiary at the moment. Ben just notices these and can process that later. But Sheed comes out to the ring a little sooner than he expected to. Comes out, reaches up to try to take Ben's paw to hold it up in a victory pose, and hype the crowd up even more than they already are. It's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, your Dragon Warrior." And the cheers just redouble. And this seems like it's going to go on for a little bit. Ben,
How are you feeling at the moment?
Honestly, I think Ben is going to feel relieved just a little bit. He isn't going to say any of this out loud, but he's probably thinking to himself
that he has proven that Ty was a bit of a coward. All talk, and he was an opportunist, and that is why he failed. Ben has had a lot of years to work through some of this, and even though he reacted really angrily at first, I don't think he's actually even going to make another glance at Ty. He's just going to he's no longer part of the picture for Ben. Unless he wants to try to talk sometime later, but that's on Ty.
Very good, very good.
Can I just say that Arno's taken out his wand of pyrotechnics and like is shooting fireworks into the arena?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of the other audience members nearby are a little startled at first, but they recognize you from the last time you were here, but now you're right next to them instead of down in the bowl. Let's see, Ben, at the as you're receiving your accolades and cheers, are you still in your hybrid form?
No, actually, as I said, Ben transformed back as part of his little acrobatic display, jumping off of Steve. So he would have been human Ben when Sheet came out.
Okay, so he's not doesn't have to reach
No.
to the extent of
No,
his
very
height.
normal heights this time.
Okay. Ben, as the audience is cheering and just going nuts, and Sheed is still just there with you, helping you soak it in, you're still feeling a little bit of that lunch that you had right before this match. It's kind of gurgling up in your stomach a little bit. It's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
That's
Almost
funny because I was gonna have Ben ask Sheed if there is like a champions feast or something.
almost not really a reflex because this is not something that typically happens. You just for a moment almost reflexively go back into your hybrid form, let out another even deeper, more reverberating belch, and a cone of fire appears.
Was he able to do that before?
Nope.
Ben's just gonna look at Sheed and be like, "That food wasn't that spicy. What's going on?"
Sheed isn't sure what to make of that, but he's carrying on the showmanship.
Can I try to do it again?
Let's see, checking one.
Don't
thing.
burn off Sheed's hair, please. We don't need that. Like, if he just turns the wrong way and he like sets this dude on fire because he's trying to test this out, I can already see it happening.
You try to do it again, and it doesn't quite come out. You just get like a little bit of gas. Small potatoes compared to your other belches, especially this last one. I don't have anything typed up for it yet. I will work on that. But as the official Dragon Warrior now, Ben, a number of times per day equal to half of his proficiency, while in bear or hybrid form, can expel a 15-foot cone of fire.
Wild.
Holy shit.
I'm still gonna play this up as Ben thinks it's something he ate until he can confirm otherwise.
Absolutely. Ben has no idea about the pen and paper game mechanics. As is that those Marquesian spices.
Ben just starts carrying around peppers.
Yes.
This is my material component.
He doesn't even like spicy food, but he carries it around just in case.
Now that I know it's possible. He's like, what happens if I eat ice cream? Will I shoot out spikes of ice?
This is the result of all that honey flame bread.
I
We
make
can
my own
see him.
snow cones.
Okay,
He's
but
right over
this
here
is-
just munching ice.
but how hilarious would it be if he could mimic like dragon breath of different elemental types based on the food he eats?
I was thinking, like, you guys are just gonna come back to the inn one day, and Ben just has different types of food, like all different types, and you just watch him take a bite, and he tries to breathe it out.
But
Eat something sour,
Kirby?
do acid breath, like.
Exactly.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
now that I've halfway said it, I think I'm gonna have to call this ability your honey flame breath.
Fantastic. I'll take it. I'm hoping that you actually had that plan, because I did not discuss with you my belching plan ahead of time, and that just makes it so perfect.
No, that I had planned the breath. I wasn't sure how I was going to reveal it, so you just kind of handed that to me.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
god, that's fantastic!
So good.
Also, the honey flame breath was off the cuff.
God damn. So many
So
gems in the
good
session.
word. And we all are so fucking rich right now.
Oh yeah, how much money did we win?
Oh yeah. Also, X receives a payout of 300. Lucas receives a payout of 400. Thorn and Arno payout of 500 each, in addition to what you bet.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Get back what we bet, plus then double it.
Hey,
oh, it's so good.
How much was that tattoo again?
Somewhere
I-
in the 4 digits, higher end.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't given you a number, but we can figure that out.
So good.
I always forget that monks in a one-on-one fight should stun on their first turn.
Ben at some point is going to say to Thorn, "Can we just call that even for the money you lent me?"
I don't remember you lending you money, so you're good.
He'll point at the tattoo.
I forgot.
Literally 2 days ago. Like,
Ben will just shrug and say, "Okay."
I was like, sure, yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
Thorn generous by accident.
Oh, apparently that tattoo, based on the Eldritch Maul tattoo, it's all of my attacks deal an extra 1d6 damage. It's not just once per turn. Oh, well, whatever. I handily beat him anyway. I'm not gonna try to change any of that.
He had 8 hit points left on your last attack, so it would have you would have been getting rid of his last 2 or 3 instead of his last 8.
Yeah, 8 is actually the minimum I can do, even on an unarmed strike. So yeah, he had no chance.
Does Ben get a payout? He won his match.
He did win his match.
Does he get a rare item and a payout?
So I know he got fire breath.
That's
Yeah,
valid.
no
She wasn't
arguments there.
anticipating giving him that. But yeah, that's fair.
Would Ty have been taken out of the ring and put in the infirmary at this point?
He would at some point, yes.
Take that boy straight to the cemetery.
Yeah, it would be following wherever they put him and waiting for the area to clear out.
Okay, you'd have to make your way down out of the stands and through the halls of the bull, but you've been there before. So. Actually, no, Ix has not been there before, but she's with people who have been there before. Lucas and Arno paid Cinder a visit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If she needs directions, we can give it.
Yeah, no, I'm not implying that Ix had to be sent to the infirmary.
No,
or
no.
any of her friends.
No, Ix would ask if any of them know exactly where the infirmary is. She wouldn't necessarily invite them along, but she wouldn't deter anybody from following her.
Yeah, this way, that way.
Perfect. Ix will make her way on over there.
Boy, stunning strike doesn't always work, but when it does, holy cow!
He got his ass beat.
So good.
That's how I won the last match too. Is stunning strike just doing favor.
Monks, man. This is why I had to give a boss in a game that I ran multiple times high con saves, because it was supposed to be a mini boss fight, and the monk split from the party and soloed it.
Nice.
The first time I ran that game, so I didn't even get to make any derisive jokes about, oh, you shouldn't. That's why you don't split the party
So is there anything else
unless you're the monk.
we need to go over before we wrap up? Because
Ix
it's
was
getting
doing
close
something.
to
I'd love to know
12.
what it is.
Yeah.
I think for today, since it is 2 minutes till, we will wrap up the session with the conclusion of that match, and we will pick up next time Ix and whoever else heading to the infirmary.
I think it's just
post-
Ix.
Post
Just Ix. Yeah, we just told her how to get there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
that'll
that
be
can wait
fun.
for next time.
That'll be
And
fun.
that was the Battle of the Dragons.
Good job,
Woo.
Ben.
Yeah.
Holy shit.